Hi and welcome to the news HiJack with me, Jack. Hi. This is where we have a quick look at stuff like this. We start with the best headline of the week. Woman rode motorbike naked, got fingered in the street and punched a blind man. A woman has been jailed and banned from entering Woking after she punched a blind man and was caught in the middle of a sex act in the street. Natasha Klaus, 36, was described as a mess by a judge after she turned up to court 4 hours late to be handed a 13-month prison sentence. Sounds like another wild night in at the library, I don't think. I wonder if drugs were involved. Look at the state of it. Dear oh dear. This country, going down the pan. A man in Vienna has been fined nearly £500 for farting provocatively in front of police officers. They wrote on Twitter that the man had been sitting on a park bench before getting up, looking at them and letting go a massive intestinal wind, apparently with full intent. And in other news, The Little Mermaid has been cancelled for being racist for some reason no one quite knows. How can a mermaid be racist? It's not even real! Unless she's saying to her tuna, get out of my shoal because you're too silver. Famous Little Mermaid statue in Denmark is vandalised with racist fish graffiti, leaving entire country baffled. Meaning of the racist accusation has left some scratching their heads. The statue is inspired by a character in Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. The Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen, the city's most famous monument, has been vandalised. Police and commentators were left puzzled to who could have done it and what the message really is. Don't know who wrote that slogan on the statue, but I bet they just did it for the halibut. Wasn't bad. I could do better. That's enough of the fish puns, I'll scale them back. Can't really think of any more, so I'll have to mull it over. And lastly, man with horse and cart furious after being refused service at KFC drive-thru. A traveller says he was left humiliated after KFC refused to serve him at a drive-thru while he was riding a horse and cart. Ian said, I queued up behind some cars and was about to order a bargain bucket when all of a sudden this manager came out and said, you're not allowed through. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'd done nothing wrong. John, the horse, was behaving himself. He was quiet as a lamb. He's a very well-behaved horse. In the end, I had to go to McDonald's for a Big Mac. No one there batted an eyelid. They didn't say anything to me at all. They just served me my food. And now for some depressing news. To start, I've got some pretty depressing news that Hong Kong's now been taken over by China against its will. And where is the mainstream news coverage? The phrase "you Nazi" gets thrown around so much, when it does actually apply, it's lost all meaning. Hong Kong security law, pro-democracy books pulled from libraries. But great news for China. Although they did fuck all to stop the virus spreading to the rest of the world in time, they've fully recovered and their stock market is the highest in 5 years. This could not have worked out better for them. While us in the West are going to be crippled by debt for decades and we're going to have to sell our own grandmothers just to make ends meet, China's goal of becoming #1 superpower is firmly on course. And that's not scary at all for more reasons I can possibly comment on. While in the UK, football clubs, restaurants, bars, clubs and theatres are going under by the day. You're allowed to go to the pub or protest in large numbers, but not sit next to each other in a theatre, you Nazi. Eventually, the only jobs that are going to be available is delivering for Amazon, until they replace us with bloody drones. And in even better news, pubs are open. Hooray! So we're going to go straight back to things like this. Are you noticing the theme with all these articles? The ever-present existence of the government dictating what you can and cannot do. God, it's like communist China. Which, given half a chance, we will be soon. They were giving out guidance soon as to when and when you can't have a shit. Now, are you ready for the most Guardian headline ever? I love pubs so much I recreated mine in VR, but I'm staying home on July the 4th. Boris Johnson says it's our patriotic duty to go out drinking. It gives him someone to blame if coronavirus surges again. He starts. Pub, a great question, so concise yet so evocative, a single word in itself more persuasive than a thesis. Pub, an irresistible proposition asked only when the answer is all but assured, or at least immediately rendering alternative commitments far less appealing. Pub.
Nobody has heard a siren call for months, not since they were cruelly shattered by the coronavirus. The pub became accessible only through fading memory, reduced to little more than an imagined Peter Kay routine. We're in the pubs, what that's out.
I don't know what this guy looks like, but based on that first paragraph, I can guarantee you I'd like to punch him in the face. In other news, man with foot fetish stole 126 flip-flops so he could have sex with them. I bet he had a boyfriend called Philippe Flop. In other news, Scotland needs more tourists. Could this be the latest sighting of the Loch Ness monster? No. Looks like a whale. Probably only there because the Little Mermaid called it a fat bastard and told it to get out of her coral. Now it's time for the viral video vaccine, where I like to think of myself as the vaccine to the viral videos sweeping the internet. Let's delve deeper. My favourite video of the week is this one.
Watch it, Nigel, no! Oh, God, we're going to have to leave a note now. Don't leave a note, just reverse away and don't tell anybody. The other way. Left. Bob, come on. How's the dog, is he alright? He hasn't traumatised by the crash, is he? He hasn't been traumatised. No, just watch the road, you moron.
To be fair, they do drive better than most humans. I said humans, not women. So you can't get me on being sexist. Even though I am. Not really. That was a joke. Or is it? Yes, it's a joke. And lastly, it's time for the meme machine. This week I give credit to Alan's Dictaphone on Twitter for coming up with these. Penguin A&E with Lorraine Kelly. Lynn, message from Alan. Something to pitch to Tony Hayes at BBC Lunch. Dogs on the dole. Vanilla ice on ice. How to eat oysters with Peter Shilton. Who's doing the dishes with Chesney Hawkes? James Corden to star in a film about emojis. Jeremy Vine, chickens and paedophiles. Thanks very much for watching this week's News Hijack with me, Jack. Bye.